All right, y'all. Welcome back to Pirtle's Pod. I know it's been a while. Um, I recorded a few. I just haven't been happy with them and haven't posted them. It's been a lot going on. The Rockets haven't been very good, and Udoka said he's going to make a change to the starting lineup, and then he came out and said that they're not going to change it. Well, we'll talk about that. That's mainly why we're on here. It's just to address what we want to see for post All-Star break, see where we're at. What the chances are we make the play-in, and what we'd like to see, how we finish. Chances are looking very slim. You know, we're 2 spots out. The Warriors are looking really good. It's tough to bet against Curry and them going down the stretch. You know, they're gonna play well when it matters, and I just don't think the Rockets have it in them. Definitely the way they've been playing, straight up. And definitely this post All-Star break run is highly important, and this ending of February schedule is ridiculously hard. So March it lightens up a little bit, but sorry for the cat. But it's really hard to finish off February. So I think we're going to be a little bit too far gone. I'd like to see us fight, try to stay in it. I'd like to be in it until the end. That's what I care about most. Like, let's be in it. Like, I don't think we're going to quite make it, but let's have a chance, you know? More specifically, I'd like to see us find some offense, some consistency, some flow. Let's start faster, which I was kind of excited for the starting lineup to kind of change and kind of see that. And it might still by the end of the year. Udoka, I think, specifically said like we haven't been at full strength, so he'd like to see how we are at full strength before he starts making changes. I don't think you can bench Jalen Green. I think it crushes his value. And from all the stuff that's been happening, from him messaging people on Twitter and about not being happy with his role and he's not a 6-man and stuff, I just don't think that his time in Houston is very prolonged. It's going to be very prolonged, whatever. I don't want to see him go necessarily. I'm not a big Jalen Green hater, but it feels like his time is coming to an end. It feels like the Rockets are positioning themselves to make a splash trade either this summer, maybe next deadline, but maybe even the summer after. I think we've talked about this a little bit more on a previous pod. Maybe it's one I didn't post. I don't know. But this summer, next deadline, or the following summer, I think we're positioned to make a trade. From what I've been seeing on Twitter, I think Jalen Green's trade is probably this summer. But I don't know. You know? But what I'd like to see to end the season, I would just like to see him compete. I want to see the growth of Amin and Cam continue. Here's like Bill, or I hear that Cam's coming back this post All-Star break here. He's gonna be healthy to play. Fred's gonna be ready to go. I think Tari, I would love to see Tari play. I think he's a huge part of this team. I think it changes so much when he's out there. So hopefully Tari's back. No word on that officially yet. And that makes it seem like he's probably not going to be back. And then that begs the question, if he's not back within the next week or 2 weeks, do you shut him down, let him recover, and get ready for next year? I think he's highly important to this team. I think it changes the whole dynamic of this team. And so yeah, I'd like to see him out there. If I had one wish list for the rest of the season, see Tari back with this team and see what they're at full strength with the emergence of Amin and Cam, and then adding Tari into that. We haven't seen that yet, really. So, love to see that. Specifically, players. Oh, gosh, I'm getting massive. I want to see us work the ball to Şengün more. I want to see Şengün play more like he was at the beginning of the season. He's kind of had a bad stretch here going into the All-Star break. Not bad per se, but just hasn't been himself. A lot of it has to do with We don't have anybody that can feed him the ball like Fred. Uh, Nobody that will initiate the offense and make sure that he's getting his touches, whether it's in the post or the pick and roll, whatever it may be. So it's really severely hurt him. I think because he's not touching the ball much, while he is a playmaker naturally first, when you're a young guy and you're scoring 22 points a game, and then you're not getting your touches all of a sudden, I think it does eat at you. And then it starts to affect your defense and so on and so forth. So I'd like to see LP get back to more of the beginning of the year LP, and having Fred, I think, will encourage that. I'd like to see Fred's minutes drop. I'd like to see Amen's minutes continue to grow as the backup there, take over into Jalen's minutes as well as Cam a little bit. I'd like to see Amen start to initiate the offense in a Fred manner as far as get LP the touches, let's get the offense flowing, get Jabari his touches, but also with the up tempo, the athleticism that he brings to the table as well. Good mix of that. So that's what I want to see from LP. I want to see continued growth of Amen. Obviously, we're not going to see jump shot this year, but just keep working on the handle. Handle's gotten better. Keep learning the offense and learning how to initiate the offense while also keeping the aggressive style, rebounding at a ridiculous rate, all the good stuff that he's doing, defending. Now see that start to grow and transition and be like, okay, like that's our starter, next year. So then Fred becomes expendable potentially in a massive trade, or maybe that's more of a later deal. Maybe that's not the summer. Maybe that's a deadline, or even the post next year. But see the growth of Amen. I think the summer will be a big leap for him. But if we can see this post All-Star break, would be great. Cam, I just want to see more of what Cam has been doing. I want to see more Cam minutes. I want to see the shot continue to go up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge Cam Whitmore fan, but when he just be shooting, dude. He'll be throwing up some shots, some step back threes for rant like out of nowhere. I'd be like, what is? And it goes in. It just goes in. He's a freaking scorer. Don't try to tame this. He scores at a ridiculous rate, efficiently. Let him go to work, man. Let him go to work. I would like to see him rebound a little bit better. I think he was rebounding really well at first, and I think it's kind of died off. I'd like to see him rebound a little bit better. Let's get a little bit of assist going up, but dude, let him score. Let him cook, man. Jabari, I would like to see him get back to that run that he had pre-injury. He was rebounding well, shooting the ball well. I didn't turn my mic on. Mic has not been on this entire time. I'm so sorry. So it's going to be 8 minutes of no mic. I'm not redoing it, so live with it. Gosh, the sound quality is probably so much better right now. Jabari, pre-injury there. He's shooting the ball really well, rebounding really well. He's been a little bit inconsistent, but for a stretch there, he was pretty consistent and playing at a super high level. Him and Shingun both were, they were killing it for 5 game stretches of double doubles and efficient 20-point games, and they're really feeding off each other. And I want to see them get back to playing like, hey, those guys complement each other well. So I'd like to see that from them. Dylan Brooks, man. Dylan Brooks. I don't know what to say about him. Like, I feel like his defense hasn't been quite to the standard, kind of as of late. And there's been a few games where he's kind of got back into, definitely against Memphis specifically, where he kind of got back into that shot chucker mentality that he had at Memphis. And that's the Dylan Brooks that everybody was afraid to sign. And he's been a revelation, great defender, good leader, and taking efficient shots and really been a good shooter, good 3-point shooter. So, let's get back to that. Obviously we're not going to see the beginning of the year Dylan Brooks. But if he can stay hovering around that 40% from three range and taking good shots in the offense, and you know, he's a guy that I do love to watch play. I do think with the emergence of Cam Whitmore and the potential, Tari Eason coming back and stuff, I think we could get good value from him maybe next deadline. No rush to move Dylan Brooks, but just because the wing position, I feel like we're really talented in scoring, and then Tari Eason can do a lot of things Dylan Brooks can do, and rebound better. I'm in no rush to get rid of him. I'm just saying, like, down the line, I think getting some good value for him to a playoff contender could be a good move for the Rockets. But for the rest of the year, I just want to see him get back to kind of how he was playing. Kind of the beginning of the year, not necessarily as good as he was playing. He was when he, those I don't remember what it was. First couple of weeks, he was shooting, nearly 50% from three, and he was scored 18 points a game or something. Like, I'm good with 13. Shooting about 40% from three, and posting up and taking those mismatches when he has the chance, because it's been really good offense for us. So, I would love for us to sign back in big. Let's look at how we're going to look next year. Let's not force poor Jeff Green to just get beaten up on, man. Poor old guy. So I think the main concern the rest of the year is figuring out the offense, figuring out what to do with Jalen Green. I never really talked about Jalen Green, so we're going to touch on that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm at a loss because I don't know where he's at. I don't know where everybody's at with him. I would love to see him just build some consistency. I don't care if it's 15 points a game, take smart shots, rebound the ball, occasionally play the lead guard. I think been looking good at times as the lead guard in short spurts. Not a big sample, but just some short spurts. I think is better for him. Don't shoot us out of games, and if you are hot, let's say you're taking your normal couple shots and you just start hitting, man. All right, let's see you take over a game or two, but I want to see the efficiency first. Sorry, I've been a little sick lately. So yeah, I think it's everybody. I mean, Jay Schmidt, cover a couple other people, but I think that'll wrap it up from there. I just want to see us compete. I want to see us figure out some offense. I want to see us get back to the defense level we were at. I know we've kind of dipped, and we were going to. With Alpi, and some other defense limitations that we have, we were going to dip probably at some point. We're not dipped too far. I think we're still, I think we're like 11th. So I think it's going well. I just really like to see some offense, man. I want to see some offense consistency. I want to see us get back to Alpi. I think he's clearly the best player on the team still. And we've kind of gone away from him, and I don't really know why. Definitely without Fred. I know that Fred is the one that... Would you stop making some noise? Is the one that gets in the ball. But fuck, Ime, draw up a fucking play, get Alpi the ball to the post. And surround him with shooting. That way if they double him, he can pass and get a freaking assist to somebody. Him and Cam out there together. Because he throws the ball at Cam's going to shoot the ball. He's good. So... Yeah, got some sniffles. Sorry, not a lot of energy. But I think playing is kind of out of reach. But I don't want to see him turn it and throw it in. I do want to see the young guys get some run, and I think they deserve it. It's not we need to build the young guys. These guys, they're balling. They're competitors, too. They're balling, they're competitors, and that's what I want to freaking see. And we're not seeing that, everybody. Specifically... Jalen Green, my favorite player, Alfred Şengün. He doesn't compete all the time, and it's sad because I feel like it's who he is. I think it's how he grew up. he's a competitor. He wants to be coached hard, but I think just being in that culture. Plus, I mean, I know 82 games, and then he was carrying us for a lot of it, but no excuses. Like, he doesn't compete all the time on the defensive end. I want to see some competition. Tari Eason, fucking competitor. If I could sign some guys some lifetime deals, Tari Eason should be a Houston Rocket forever. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, that'll wrap it up here. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments, and we'll do our best. Today we play the Pelicans. This may or may not be up before the game, but it'll be up tonight. Tomorrow we'll have the Suns. Sorry. Is that correct? What's today? Thursday? Yeah, that's correct. Today we'll play the Pelicans. Tomorrow we'll have the Suns at home. I admittedly did miss the last Suns game. It's the only game I've missed so far this year, I think. So excited to watch it, and very important for us to win. So yeah, Pirtle Squad, peace out.